Welcome to YellBro Road. I am Jordan, and today, Ghislaine Maxwell. I try to not say Ghislaine. Ghislaine Maxwell is has apparently named 100 people to the DOJ or the Deputy Attorney General that are potentially involved in the whole Epstein fiasco. But first, remember this tweet from Charlie Kirk that he deleted where he talked about scratching his own asshole and then eating food afterwards? Right? Like you remember this? Well, in solidarity with Charlie Kirk, former NBA player Dante Jones he snips, he wipes on the wall, bro. I don't know what that is. Is that a double whammy? Was that a double whammy? Was that like an ass pick? Then he picked his nose and smelt his own asshole, but then wiped all of it on a wall that someone's gonna touch one day. Like he just like. And who grabbed the footage for that? With security guard, we're just like, yeah, boy, yeah. He's like, calls his friend, yeah, bro. I got some shit you're gonna want to see. Poor fucking Dante. NBA champion Dante Jones.
Pick and roll.
Pick and roll. Pick and smear. Oh, shit. That's crazy. But anyways, before I get started, don't forget to share support. Hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them. Then, of course, donate. Thank you. Sometimes you got to find some, comedy in life sometimes with some of this dire, drastic shit. But here we have a report from CNN, and it's been reported other places, where Ghislaine Maxwell has been talking to a Deputy Attorney General, I forgot his name, Todd something. And I think CNN will just explain it, so here we go.
Justice Department planned to do with everything Ghislaine Maxwell told them yesterday and today. Her lawyer says she answered questions about roughly 100 people during her meetings with Deputy Attorney General and former personal attorney to President Trump, Todd Blanche.
That's a different context right there, because answered questions about roughly 100 people, meaning the Deputy AG brought the names to her. I thought it was her just like, yo, this guy and that lady and that person. I thought that's what I actually thought. I don't know, maybe I just didn't read it correctly initially, but they're saying they brought 100 people to her and then had her answer questions about those 100 people. Oh, shit. Breaking news for Jordan, but all right, here we go.
And Chief Legal Affairs Correspondent Paula Reed is with us on this. She is tracking all of the details. Do we know anything else about what they discussed, Paula?
Well, we're learning a little bit, but there's still more questions than answers. We know the two sides met today for about 3 hours. After talking through the day yesterday, once again, her lawyer said she answered every question that she was asked. She did not invoke privilege. And when really pressed on exactly what she's being asked about, her lawyer said that they've asked about every single possible thing you can imagine, but then revealed that she was asked about maybe 100 different people. She answered questions about everybody and did not hold anything back. I think that's sort of the biggest headline we've gotten out of these meetings so far.
So, yeah, they brought 100 people, a list of 100 people to her. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Right? Should it, that screams sus to me. Me and Jesse were just talking about this before I hit record. That screams sus to me. Shouldn't it be get out of her way and let her expel the information, all right? Because if we hand her names, then she can just make up shit left and right. Not saying she's doing that, and not saying that's the intention of the Deputy AG or anything, or the administration. I'm just saying, if you had someone that you were, interrogating, right? And you want to kind of, you think they're guilty of a crime, right? You don't tell them the exact, some detectives actually do that, which is, I think, unethical and wrong to do, to like try to pin things on people. But if you're being like a good detective or a good interrogator, you don't feed them information that they can end up just feeding back to you, right? You don't tell them where the weapon was found. You don't tell them the names of the people that are dead. You don't do any of that shit. You kind of let them say it to you. You ask them questions that hopefully, right, epistemologically, can lead to them giving crumbles of information, and then you can like dig into those crumbles and see if it actually leads to the bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't fucking feed them names and say, "Hey, what about this guy? What about this guy?" And we're like, no, you tell us what you know about whatever names. Take as much time as you need. Anyone that you think is sus or someone that you're aware of as being like a part of this criminal shit. Someone that you suspect, like a high level. Someone you're like, you had ideas about it, but you don't know. Then people that you're like, okay, these guys are straight up innocent. Like, write out your fucking list of that. Then hand it to us, and then we'll ask follow-up questions to the names. You don't feed her fucking names. What the fuck? Am I tripping about that? You don't fucking do that for investigating something.
I think you do both. Like, you would not. I think it would be like very bad to ask specific questions, like before. Basically, she's done, divulging all of her information. I think it would be good to like have people, list like that for after. You're basically done, and then you're like, well, let's make sure we didn't miss anybody here. Like, and like I would assume she's going to omit things, right? Like, obviously, you're talking about years of time. So, just to make sure, like, we didn't miss anything. Like, they might have a list to just kind of cover some questions that, like, if you just count on what she's saying alone, I would assume you're going to miss things.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem I have with what this lady just said is that she said that she didn't hold back any information. And there's no way you would know that. There's no way.
Exactly. That's what I mean by the 100 names, too. That's what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you don't know, like, you're claiming to not know anything about, like, I don't know if he had, like, they said he doesn't have a client list, right? They're saying, like, we don't know who's involved in all this stuff. Or they said, like, there's names on there, but, you could be ruining innocent people's lives and all that stuff, right? But they don't actually know, like, who's guilty and who's not, right? So thus, when you feed her names, like, that, right, she can, like, just make shit up from there. Like, oh, yeah, Bob, he's guilty, right? Yeah, say he's guilty. Yeah, he's guilty. He's guilty. Right? You're like, come on, you can't feed them names.
That list seems small compared to, like, the flight logs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like 100 sounds like a lot is for regular people. These two were like running an island, right?
Yeah. And it's like, once again, Maxwell, right? Maybe she's aware of the flight logs. Maybe she's not. Maybe she doesn't need it because she has personal experience with who was there and who's not. Right? So thus, why would you feed her names from a fucking flight log? That's stupid. That's so stupid. Let her use her memory to fucking say like, oh, I remember this, I remember that, about this person or that person. Right? Like, go from there. Like, make her really categorize everything. Right? It's so, I just find that really a stupid tactic, a really dumb tactic.
I do think sometimes they bring up people's names just to see if you like change. If your demeanor changes,
oh,
you react.
Come on.
Huh?
Come on. I mean, yeah, sure. Right? To see if they flinch or something? Yeah. Sure. But I don't think that's the scenario we're dealing. Like, I wouldn't go there. I want to be as thorough as possible. And you're tainting the fucking testimony. You're tainting it by handing her fucking names. Maybe someone didn't do something, but she doesn't like them. Like, who knows? It doesn't have to be for protecting Trump or anything. It could just be someone she doesn't like. Who the fuck knows?
So one of the things that I've noticed when I look at like scientific studies, when a reporter describes it, they usually don't know anything about what they're talking about. Like, they just have some information. So the way she's just said that it went does sound very dumb. But like how they executed it, like we really have no idea, right? Like
True, but
we know what she said, but like
well, in what
did they just
scenario?
have a list and that was their whole strategy? Like, okay, tell me about these people. Like that you could come away from what she said and think that too, right?
Well,
Like
what scenario do they just bring up names? What scenario is like for like a first or second day talking to this lady? In what scenario do you bring up whatever roughly 100 people's names? Well, what about this guy? What do you think about this? Right? I don't know, man. Like this isn't the victim of a situation, right? This is like a convicted perpetrator of something, right? If it's like
yeah,
a fucking what do they call it? Where they line up and shit, like where the witness is like, oh, number
the
5
lineup.
right there, a lineup, right? Police lineup or something. That's different, right? But we're talking about someone who's like
Yeah.
a co-conspirator, and now you're feeding her shit instead of letting her like, yo, use your best memory and try to like, who do you remember being around? Let's say the most egregious crimes, and then someone who you're suspicious of, and then someone who you just think is innocent. Maybe they're just doing a business deal or something, and the person had no idea about sex parties and shit like that. Like just like let her lay that out. Maybe they did that first. Hopefully that would make more sense. But I don't. That'd be a weird thing to do. I think that's weird. That's like the thing I was like with Henkel. Remember that shit? Where I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna feed you fucking answers for this stuff. Like you say it, you answer it.
Yeah.
Like I'll allow you to like kind of scrutinize yourself or wreck yourself. I'm not gonna feed you like the ideas that you claim to believe in. Because what if you don't actually believe in them? Right? There has to be some names that are like at the forefront of her fucking mind, where she's like, "Oh, yeah, I remember Bob very clearly with all of this." But all right, I don't know. Maybe Jesse's correct. Someone in the comment section, please tell me if they're like I can see ways of why you would bring up names, but like I think this would be way too early. Way too early to be doing that. But all right, here we go. Let's finish out the clip.
He was also asked about, where he sees all this going. Let's take a listen to what he said.
We don't know how it's going to play out. We just know that this was the first opportunity.
Oh, shit. I think I have that clip too, but it's just going to repeat essentially what was said in the CNN report. But she was clear. She was clear. She was thorough. She answered every question. She didn't plead the fifth on anything. She just said all her answers out loud, like directly, right? And he's her lawyer, all right? So he's gonna.
Oh, he's her lawyer.
Yeah, this is her lawyer, so he's gonna protect her. All right.
Yeah.
But let's continue on. There's more stuff here. Here is Trump being asked about, I believe, like pardoning and also about the Ghislaine Maxwell thing itself. Here we go. And Epstein stuff. And he's going to throw some names out there. Another thing that, like, man, if you're doing an investigation, there's no way you fucking do that, right? Like, think about it. You would think someone would advise him not to do this, right?
Did she just say exactly what he said, roughly?
The CNN lady?
In his speech? Yeah.
Essentially. But, well, he's her lawyer. He's going to have a bias, right?
Right.
And he talked more so about how much integrity she had with the interview, right? That's what he's basically saying.
That's why, like, she said that weird statement and that she didn't hold back any information. Because if like I think a prosecutor's perspective of what they did would have been very different. So
maybe not.
So now we know like where she got her information.
Maybe not, Jesse.
Came from
maybe
the defense.
Not. Maybe not, dude. This is not like she's in jail already, convicted, right? And they're allegedly trying to get information out of her, right? So maybe the prosecutor would be like, yeah, she answered every question, she did everything thoroughly. Like a prosecutor might actually do that in this scenario. If she's not in jail yet, right? If she's not in jail yet, she'd be like, well, listen, this motherfucker's hiding the truth, all right? We're going to go find it. Just saying in like a stereotypical scenario. Right?
Yeah, they might do that, but if a prosecutor told me what she said, that's um I would take that like I'd want to ask them more questions because it sounds weird, right?
Yeah.
If the defense is saying that, like even just that statement that she wasn't holding back any information, that is something that you would hear from a defense. It doesn't make sense like that you would have any reason to believe it. Like
Unless it's
of course
straight
she's gonna hold back.
fugazi. Unless it's straight
Yeah,
fugazi where the prosecutor's like, yeah,
yeah.
she didn't hold anything
But,
back. She said everything. She,
oh
yeah.
yeah, if they said that, then I would say that they're um I don't know if I would say they're lying. But in a way, I would. I would say that they're either lying or incompetent or covering up.
Yeah.
Like because you can't know that. You wouldn't even want to make that statement.
Yeah.
You might say that you would say they were forthcoming. They were giving us a lot of information. You would say something to that effect. You never say that they didn't hold anything back. They'd have to be basically. It would have to be like a murderer who was like giving you step by step detail and every question you asked they answered, and then you had everything you wanted to know. Like it would have to be that much, and that's one incident. We're not talking about like one
Unless,
incident.
unless there's bullshit happening, or
Yeah,
maybe the
yeah,
person could be like, let's say it's whatever random crime, and they're in there for a plea deal, and they say the correct things that they want to get the big dog, right? The guy above them,
yeah.
right? It's like, oh,
That,
this guy fully corroborated. He's told us everything we need. Like he's being very honest, and we're gonna put him in witness protection, and all that shit, right?
yeah,
Then
that's part of a cover up. It's like they're
yeah,
trying to clean this. They want to close the case, want to satisfy people. For like
yeah.
for not doing anything. They're like, no, we did something right there.
I mean, you're making good points. I'm throwing out the devil's advocate style thing. We have no clue. We have no idea. But here's Trump, and he's going to bring up some names that I guess apparently should be looked into. I don't know who let him say this shit out loud, but here we go.
But he's over there now. I don't know exactly what's happening, but I
Todd
certainly
Blanche.
can't talk about pardons.
Can you trust what she's telling him? She's a convicted trafficker who's eager to get out of prison.
Well, he's a professional lawyer. I think he's been through things like this before. But you should focus on Clinton. You should focus on the president of Harvard, the former president of Harvard. You should focus on some of the hedge fund guys. I'll give you a list. These guys lived with Jeffrey Epstein.
What?
I sure as hell didn't. Thank you very much.
I will give you a list.
Don't say, give it to you in 2 weeks.
He looks decrepit, dude. He's looking crazy. But here's what you really need to focus on. In the beginning, which was, I think, pretty hard, it was kind of hard to hear. The audio was kind of fucked. But he said, I'll think about pardons later in regards to Ghislaine Maxwell. It's like, I haven't thought about it yet. I'm like, huh. That means it's on the table. Now, maybe that's the art of the deal shit. But I'm just saying, he said it out loud on paper, He's leaving room for a pardon, which I said was going to be the ultimate fuck you to Trump fans. I said that like a while ago. But I was saying it jokingly. That wasn't an actual assessment, but damn, that shit might actually happen. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, if you're an investigator, right, you don't show your hand in any way, right? Like maybe what you should be asking about is Bill Clinton and was it Larry Summers, right? President of Harvard. You should be looking at those guys. That's what you should really be looking at. It's like why would you say that out loud in the middle of an investigation or an interrogation or whatever, interview / interrogation? You don't fucking do that, you dummy. You don't show your fucking hand. Now it's like you're making it sound like you're biased off rip. All right? Unless you've seen the list. But then again, you kept telling people there is no fucking list. Right? He kept saying, like he was saying, we still know about fucking Epstein. We concluded there is no... Epstein killed himself, and there is no fucking list. But now he's saying, well, Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, you guys should be sweating because that's who the media should be focusing on, Clinton and fucking Summers. So, like, is there something? Is there not something? Meaning, Trump, are you admitting that you had some sort of list in front of you? But wait a minute, if you were on it too, and that's the reason why you're not divulging it, but at the same time, he called it a hoax, a Democrat hoax. What was he looking at? Brain breaking. None of it makes sense. Fucking struggling here. That makes no fucking sense. He called it a Democrat hoax, I assume, because I guess he's in it. His name's mentioned in it or something. But at the same time, he's saying, well, if I were Bill Clinton or Larry Summers, I'd be worried. Meaning you did see something. Sorry for re-explaining this, but I'm wrecked by this. It makes no fucking sense. Fuck. I have the list. I don't have the list. But now I have the list again. But I won't tell you exactly who's on it. I won't release the list. What I'll do is I'll name people I don't like. But if you see my name on it, it's a hoax. But yeah. Nobody, well, I was about to say no one's this stupid, but dun 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 dun.
20 days ago, when the current Epstein firestorm broke, I told everyone President Trump had given the orders to have them shut down the investigation. And I speculated why he was doing that. People said, you're a traitor, he didn't order it. Now it's all admitted he did. But I said it may be because he believes the news is so bad it'll bring down the stock market because of all the corporate and governmental leaders involved, mainly Democrats, like the head of Harvard and Bill Gates and others.
Is this theory number 8? 9? I feel like I've heard him say this before, that Trump was worried about the global economy crashing because of the names on the list and government's falling. I remember him saying that, but now the attached context to that is different, I think. I think he's changing it around as he goes. Yes. Thus, this is essentially like a brand new theory from Alex Jones. It's brilliant.
He went with the same theory, and then he kind of changed it to be like, he said it like he was telling you before, but he changed it to be Democrats. So apparently, yeah. So apparently, Trump was protecting the Democrats.
I mean,
by not releasing it, or the economy, maybe.
Yeah, he's protecting Democrats because the economy will crash if he shows us which Democrats are on there. I said this in the video we did before with Alex Jones, but this is essentially what he set up logically. If the list is full of a bunch of Democrats or Republicans we don't like, or celebrities, people we don't like, then the list is legitimate. If people that are close to Trump or Trump himself is on there, it's make-believe hoax by the Democrats. This is it's a win-win no matter what. And he didn't do that with logic. He didn't do that with evidence. He did that with the power of a dumb fuck mind. And the horsepower of a dumb fuck mind created this whole scenario to where no matter what, Trump is innocent, no matter what. and the Democrats are guilty, no matter what. From the 9/11 guy. The guy said both sides are corrupt. The U.S. government orchestrated 9/11 to get us into war with Iraq for oil. For oil and the petrodollar, right? The guy who made documentaries talking about shit like that is now telling us, Democrats bad, Republicans good. Fuck my life. But here we go.
And now it's come out that that's exactly the case.
It's exactly the
case.
case.
The gauntlet today. The video is posted below just about an hour ago while boarding Marine One. And he said, no, I've got a list of who actually lived with Epstein, who stayed with him and everything else. And we'll just go ahead and release all that.
We just watched the clip. He didn't say that. right? In my trip, I didn't hear that. Maybe there's another clip where that was said, but I didn't hear that in that clip. But yeah, we know who was like staying overnight with Epstein and sleeping at his houses and going to the mansion. Did we? We didn't hear any of that. Alex just made that up out of thin air, unless there's some other clip I haven't seen. But all right, here we go.
Yeah, he's had it all, folks. He's had whatever Comey and the rest.
Forgive me for pausing again, but it's like, look how pompous he like. He's like arrogant on behalf of someone else. It's like, yeah, he's had enough. I mean, you guys started this, so now he's gonna fuck you up. Watch this. He's gonna fuck with you now. Y'all started it, and he's had enough. Like he's like, like some little whipping boy type of shit, bro. Like some hype man shit. That's like weird for some dude to do for another dude that this fool doesn't know in person. Actually, maybe he does know him in person. But they're not like best friends and shit. So it's like that's just fucking weird. Yeah, you guys tried to fuck. You guys fucked around and you found out. Stupid. Here we go.
Said, no, I've got a list of who actually lived with Epstein, who stayed with him, and everything else, and we'll just go ahead and release all that.
Look how pompous he looks for someone else.
Whatever Comey and the rest of them didn't destroy, but there's been a lot of different investigations. So I told you I've researched.
Wait. No. Now he's adding shit here. So the idea I just said about if it's good for Trump, that means it's real. If it's bad for Trump, that means it's a hoax by the Democrats, right? Now Alex is adding to the theory that, oh no, there's evidence that wasn't destroyed that Trump got his hands on. I mean, but didn't you guys spend like a week saying like, oh, the Democrats, you know, what's the word? Like made up evidence, like tampered with it so hard that they just made it fake, all fake. Now he's telling me, well, there was some secret evidence left behind that these guys didn't get their hands on. And now, like, he's saying Comey too, by the way. Comey was way back in fucking 2016, 2017, right? That's when Comey was working. So you're telling me, fuck my life, dude. What are we doing? Didn't he go to jail in 2019? So he's like preemptively changing records around, right? They replaced Comey with Trump's own pick for the FBI, right? Like Christopher Wray, I think was Trump's pick. What the fuck is he talking about? All right, whatever. Here we go.
Release all that. Yeah, he's had it all, folks. He's had whatever Comey and the rest of them.
Oh, the rest of them, my bad.
But there's been a lot of different investigations.
Forgot about that.
So I told you I've researched this for many, many years. I mean, the Epstein thing for 20 years. One of the first ever cover did.
Oh, you good for you.
Been checking into Trump for
you fucked it up, though.
Found nothing. So it was so uncharacteristic to have him say, shut up, don't look at it, you're not MAGA if you do this, which would blow it up so big. And some people said, okay, this is, million D chess. It'll make the Democrats all freak out and blame him, and then he'll release all the horrible stuff on the Democrats, the corporate leaders. He could have already done that. He obviously made the decision that it was too destabilizing for the country and the stock market to do it. And I've talked to high-level folks, and they said, yeah, I was right about that.
Isn't it weird how many high-level, I guess, sources Alex Jones has, but if someone calls him a Fed, he, like, freaks out about it, right? Because he walks, talks, quacks like a fucking Fed. Or someone paid by intelligence. Or whatever, maybe Trump campaign, maybe it's not intelligence, maybe just Trump people or Elon people pay this fool to say stupid shit and trick people. It's just weird how many FBI, higher up FBI and intelligence sources this guy has. It's like Alex gets honeypotted with no pussy, though. He doesn't get any pussy out of it. He just gets honeypotted. They just feed him bullshit information. He just spits it out or something. Like, I don't know. Since when are you so trusting of the intelligence community, Alex? Oh, wait. I think I know when, but here we go.
He obviously made the decision that it was too destabilizing for the country and the stock market to do it.
Bullshit.
High-level folks, and they said, yeah, I was right about that. It's not because he's implicated. There's the recycled stuff, fake Jane Does.
Sorry. Sorry for pausing so much, but he just rambles off stupid so often. if it is like, okay, look at all these people on these lists, right? Trump has the list. But he's not. But Trump's not involved, right? He didn't commit any crimes. He's not a part of the rapey trafficking stuff, right? He's not a part of that. So then that means America wouldn't fall, right? Because we have our figurehead who's safe. Why don't you name people that aren't in positions of power anymore, like an Ehud Barak, right, or something like that? Why don't you do that? If you're worried about stock markets, crashing, that just seems weird. Like, whatever.
Country.
It's only logic. Sorry, guys.
Stock market to do it, and I've talked to high-level folks, and they said, "Yeah, I was right about that."
You're right about everything.
Implicated. There's the
change your theories, but you're still right somehow.
Claiming that Melania was basically a whore that worked for Epstein. That was all lies.
Pick the worst theory out of them all.
They put in there to piss Trump off.
To piss him off.
Now he's going to end up bringing it all out. Just watch. And I've been saying that's what he needs to do. That's what I've been advising the president. Roger's been advising him to do.
Oh, you're advising?
We are tomorrow's news today, and this is good news. Trump needs to release it all. He's got a few poison pills, some recycled crap in there about him, but the real meat and potatoes is Bill Gates and the rest of them, and Bill Clinton and Hillary and their known human trafficking, the Clintons and the rest of us. So this is huge news. I'll be live in about 15 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to stop him there. Bullshit, full of shit, motherfucker, professional liar. People pay this guy money to lie to them. I mean, what a fucking masochistic way to live life. But then again, choose choice. You do what you want. What else do I need to say? There's your video. Every little portion of this video that I went over, including the ass scratching, like butthole scratching videos, it just seems stupid as fuck. Just nothing that I think a intelligent, logical person would actually do with their decision making. Like none of it looks. It all looks fucked up. Every single aspect of it. And
so you're gonna say it's all full of shit?
Well,
everything for the basketball.
Minimum, like at minimum, it's dumb as fucking rocks. What Alex's logical conclusions, or in his mind, logical conclusions, full of shit, bullshit. Like you have to be that stupid, and that's me being nice, right? I think he's sus. Like he works for people, or gets paid by people, or threatened by people to do what he does. But at the bare minimum, it's stupid. Trump going on TV and saying, "Well, Bill, you better look out. Larry Summers, you better look out." Like is just like you're trying to do a criminal investigation of a sex trafficking ring, and your idea to deal with that is to start taunting people instead of trying to get down to fucking business and investigate the fucking thing. You should just the fucking taunt people on mainstream news. Bare minimum, you're a dumb fuck. The deputy AG bringing names to her, I think, is stupid as shit. Especially this early in this process. I think that's dumb as fuck to do. It's like, make her feed you the information. Why are you giving it to her? Fucking stupid. Then obviously, well, I guess the smartest thing in this video is, Dante Jones following Charlie Kirk's advice. Sometimes you gotta scratch your asshole, But then again, look, let's be honest. He might wash his hands when he's done with it. Like, I mean, is that what is it? Is it doo-doo? Is it a booger? Is it both? You don't know. You don't know, man. It could be anything. I mean, that was a hard dig right there. And then he could have picked his nose a little bit right there, and now he's like, he signed his name and shit on there. That shit's just unnecessary to do in any aspect of life. There is no reason at all for doing that. What the fuck? This fool's trying to start COVID again, bro. What the fuck is that? He's trying to spread pink eye across the world. What is wrong with you, Dante? And obviously, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's like, I feel you, brother. I feel you. Sometimes you just gotta scratch that asshole. Just wash your hands. Like, listen, I'm a Catholic, and we wash our hands after we scratch our buttholes. Dante's a dirty little fucking atheist. But anyways, all right, there's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Do not forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. Thank you. And with all that said, please give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.